Alright, what's up guys, it's Chaos here, and today we're going to be doing a different kind of video. Basically 5 months ago I did a sort of gaming setup where basically I just ran through everything in my setup, basically from my computer to my monitors to basically that was it, because my setup was kind of bare. But it's kind of, I got a few extra things. Haven't really upgraded the PC. I will be doing that very soon. I'll explain a little more why I'm actually doing this kind of video. It's kind of filling a gap. I'll explain that later on in the video. For now, let's get into the gaming setup. Now, as you guys can probably sort of tell, if you watched my video from 5 months ago, the setup sort of hasn't really changed. It kind of looks the same. There's a couple of new things, but I'm going to run through this all because if you're new around here, you guys won't know the setup I don't have. So yeah. So we're actually going to start from the actual core of everything, and that is of course my PC down here. As you can see, it's a Cooler Master Enforcer Storm case. It's a really cool case. As you can see, there's the stuff inside there. The case window is actually pretty dusty. The specs of it is actually pretty specific. So the graphics card for it currently is a NVIDIA GTX 960. Basically, I went for that just because it's a very bog standard gaming one. It's a very good one for very cheap money. Well, it's not really cheap, but the value for money is very high. And the CPU is actually an i5. I can't remember the exact spec, but it's basically an Intel i5 with a 3.6 GHz. To understand why I got the i5, basically I never expected to do streaming and gaming basically all on this because I was just using my PS4 to stream. But obviously I've now sort of updated, and basically I'm going to need a new CPU. So I'm actually going to be getting a brand new motherboard and a brand new CPU to work with everything, because my current motherboard can only work with the 4th gen Intel i7. I'm going to be getting a new motherboard so it can hold the brand new 6th gen. I think it's brand new. They might be updating the 7th gen, but for now, this is why I'm sort of filling this gap, because unfortunately I do have the CPU because I have the feeling that it's not fried, but I think it's sort of coming to the end of its life cycle, because I'm basically using it pretty much constantly. I'm using it every single day. I mean, it's on right now, and I'm probably after this I'm going to edit a video, maybe render, then stream, and that's going to be like a 9-hour day, so it's basically running this pretty much 24/7. Now we'll move on. As you can see, we've got a bunch of USB cables coming up. We actually come up to here. This is basically where my PS4 and my Elgato capture card is currently down. You can see my Elgato is right there. The Elgato HD60. And obviously, the box standard PS4 took me through a couple of years of competitive gaming. Love it. We then move a little bit further over, and then we're on to the BenQ monitor. I have no idea what this is called. It's called BenQ, but I have no idea the exact name. It was a massive name. It was like GL, and then a bunch of numbers. But if you are interested, then let me know in the comment section below, and I'll tell you what the actual specific monitor is. We've got a cool little Skyrim poster that one of my friends actually pointed out in one of the videos. We then come to this keyboard down here. It's a Razer Black Widow Chroma keyboard. It's not the tournament version because I really like having the numpads on it, but currently it's a very good keyboard. It's a mechanical keyboard with a bunch of LED lights on it. We then come a little bit further over and we come up to this. Now this took me through 2 years of my competitive gaming career. I played on this. A lot of people thought I've actually played in the BenQ monitor, but this took me through, I think it was near the middle of Ghosts. No, it took me through Black Ops 2 Ghosts and a little bit in Advanced. In fact, no, I'm saying this completely wrong. It took me through Ghosts and Advanced Warfare. That's where it took me through. The reason why Advanced Warfare was so hard for me was basically because this screen, as you can tell, is kind of massive. I mean, I'm now sitting in my chair, and you know, I'm trying to sit back just to see the whole thing in the camera view. It is a very big TV, and unfortunately, because I'm playing on this, a lot of things happening on the screen, and it's very difficult to keep it updated with everything that's going on, as well as making calls and making the kills. So I really sort of did myself a bad thing by not getting myself a BenQ monitor, which I did for Black Ops 3. But this did take me through a couple of years, so I decided to not get rid of it. I decided to keep it because it does play act as a second monitor. It's very good if I'm got OBS and my stream chat open. I can see all that on that screen because it's quite big. We then move up to here. This is the Logitech C920. This is the webcam that you guys see on stream. I've decided what I'm going to do is I'm going to be using my webcam for streaming and not for videos, just to be, have a bit of variation so that if you are watching my stream, you actually do get to see my webcam. It's very standard. Again, the USB goes all the way back down, all the way, and it goes into there on the PC. Very simple. It's good quality camera, but sort of swivels, but yeah, good for money. We then come across to my microphone, the Blue Yeti microphone. If you guys, You see, the thing is that there's currently sort of like a little bit of a debate whether the Blue Snowball or the Blue Yeti is the better mic. Basically, they're kind of the same, same mic, made differently. I must say I much prefer the Blue Yeti, although I've never owned the Snowball. But as you can see, it's got a bunch of different settings. I always have the gain as low. You have a volume button, of course. This is you got your mute and unmute button. Very simple. I've got a very standard pop filter there, and I've also got a just a standard mic stand. We come a little bit further more across to the left, and then we've got my Astro Mix amp. I really don't understand why people don't get one of these just if they're not buying the Astros. It's a really good thing. It can be very useful for both using if I'm trying to listen to audio on my monitor and on my TV screen. So this is very good because once it's all synced up, this little switch or like turny thing, whatever you call it, I don't even know. Basically what this does is it basically controls the volume going from between ones. So if it goes all the way to the right, like it is right now, all the volume is going to be coming from there, and if I turn this to the left, all the volume is going to be coming through the monitor, which is very useful because that means this is like the overall volume, and then it's just sort of adjusting the volume difference, which is very good. Again, I still don't know why people don't actually just buy it themselves. You know, it doesn't have to be an Astro mic. You know, if you've got a standard USB, I think it's a 6.0 port, then it's very easy to just use because it's very handy. Obviously, Astro Gaming A40 headset, pretty standard, kind of old now. Not to me, I think about for about a year or two. Basically, in my old competitive gaming days, I used to use a, what was it? It was a Triton AX. No, it wasn't an AX. It was a Kunai. Yeah, Triton Kunai. I always wanted the AX 180 Pro, but I never got it. I got the Kunai. But the Kunai is very good because the headset quality is actually very good. It was actually the first YouTube video that I ever did was with that headset. Going a little bit further across, and as you can see, we have now got the GT Omega Racing Chair. This is probably the best quality chair I've ever used. A lot of people say DX Racer is better. I really don't see the difference, to be honest. It's more expensive to buy the DX Racer than it was to buy the GT Omega Racing, so I decided just to go for the GT Omega Racing. Some really good quality chair. It's lasted me about a year now, and it hasn't faulted once, basically, except that actually came off. But yeah, so that's basically my setup. I mean, it's not, you know, massive quality of like a triple monitor setup with a bunch of new stuff, but like I said, I'm going to be upgrading my PC very soon, within about a couple, maybe not a couple of weeks, maybe even within a week. I may even buy the stuff today. Basically a lot of money stuff has to go around, and then all of a sudden I've actually got to actually install the parts. Unfortunately, I'm not very good with building. Well, I can build a PC, but I'm not very good with like taking parts out and putting them back in. So I'm actually going to take the PC to PC World. They can do it for me for a fairly cheap price. They said that they have to send away to somewhere, and then they have to get them to put the parts in, and then they can send it back to me. And I have no idea how long that could take, because I could obviously put it in today, but then it could come back in a week's time, which is kind of not useful. So maybe I might have to look for a little solution around that. But yeah, that's basically the video. Hope you guys have enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to press the like button and make sure to subscribe to the channel because it really does help me out. And thank you very much for all the support, because we recently just hit 150 subscribers. So thank you very much for that, for you right there. I see you. But yeah, that's everything from me. My name's Chaos, and I'll see you all in the next video. Peace out.